President Donald Trump portrays the hundreds of people arrested nationwide in protest against racial injustice as violent, urban left wing radicals. But an Associated Press review of thousands of pages of court documents tells a different story. Very few of those charged appear to be affiliated with highly organized extremist groups, and many are young suburban adults from the very neighborhoods that Trump vows to protect from the violence in his re-election push to win support from the suburbs. Joining us now from Greenville, South Carolina to talk more is Dr. Yue Thompson. Dr. Yue, let's have a discussion here of what is real, what is fantasy, what is reality. Give us some insight here.
Well, once again, he's mischaracterizing the protesters. That's the first thing. And secondly, he is using this as a dog whistle again. And I'm disappointed once again. I'm tired of being disappointed, by the way. But nonetheless, I'm disappointed once again at his behavior in, of course, mischaracterizing those that are exercising their constitutional right to peacefully protest. Now, those that are being arrested are not, according to the Justice Department, his Justice Department, Attorney General Barr, the people that he constantly characterized them as being. Now, he knows this because Barr would have to give him daily briefings regarding various things going on within the DOJ. So he knows this, but he don't care because it plays to a base. It appeals to a right-wing conspiracy theorist group. It appeals to all of these people who he consistently uses to help embolden his campaign. And so it's shameful.
Dr. Yue, what's our overall, how should we feel about there being, during the time where high-risk inmates were being released in the midst of COVID-19 and prosecutors had been told to consider the risk of incarceration during a pandemic when they were thinking about detention? How does that play into all of this?
Well, I think it's, it fits perfectly well within the whole scheme of things. They don't care about those catching COVID, whether they be inmates or whether they be arrested on the streets for some act of violence or what have you. They really don't care. They just care about themselves. And I think that has been shown over and over again through many of the actions and many of the statements that this current administration have submitted to the American public.
For Dr. Yue, in general, about the protesters, which we know have been in every state because there has been so much that has transpired this year, where protesting has kind of become something that we have become accustomed to this year. Share your thoughts on there being even a focus on categorizing these protesters in one way or the other.
Well, I think just like anything else, if you focus on the problems of the situation, you can keep people out of focus. And what is happening, they are focusing on the rioting and the looting to drown out the real issues of why people have taken to the streets in America across this country in the first place. We must fix the institutional and systemic racism that exists against black and brown people once and for all, because that's why they are protesting. That's why they are in the streets in the first place. And we cannot disregard their activity in the streets and mischaracterize why they are there and group all of them into a bottle of sort where all of them are made to look like extreme radical leftist people that are out to destroy America and kill women and children and all that kind of stuff. That's just ridiculous.
This is certainly a conversation that we will need to continue at some point. I'm so sorry we're out of time at this moment. Dr.
Absolutely.
Yue, always a great conversation with you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Nietzsche. Always my pleasure.